Let me say this slowly because it matters. Australia didn't suddenly change, it was changed. And you may have just witnessed a soft coup in action, quietly, incrementally, and always with virtuous good intentions. If you're new here, don't panic. This isn't a rage channel. It's a pattern recognition channel. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. So let's take a look behind the curtain. And you know, every time something goes wrong in this country, whether it be violence, failure, social breakdown, economic pressure, a pandemic, you'll notice the response is never accountability. It's always some form of management. They manage the language, they manage the narrative, and they manage the public reaction, and they manage the media. And most importantly, they manage you. And this is important because this is how the crisis isn't wasted. Because the real threat to this system isn't chaos, it's clarity and it's honest accountability, something you're not about to get ever. Now look around you. We're told that we are one of the safest, most tolerant, most successful multicultural societies on earth. And yet families have never felt less secure. Workers have never felt poorer, and communities have never felt more fractured. And nobody in charge seems remotely responsible anymore. And when Australians ask basic questions, basic accountability, things like, why do borders matter? Why do consequences suddenly disappear? And why do violent offenders stay while taxpayers are lectured? You see, those questions are never answered. They're labelled. Your concern becomes hate. Questions become extremism. And pointing out the reality becomes, the real crime. And it's not compassion, that's control. And I'm always asking, who is in control? And here's where most people get this wrong. This didn't happen because of one government or one party or one ideology. It happened because for decades now, leadership stopped telling the truth out loud. And they've chosen comfort over courage, optics over outcomes, and slogans over systems. And when leadership retreats, the permanent bureaucracy has advanced. Rules have now replaced judgment, processes have replaced responsibility, and no one is ever personally accountable for anything anymore. And that's how the system works. This is how you end up with a country where failure is explained, violence is contextualized, and citizens are told to adjust their expectations for the future. You need to lower them again and again and again. And let me be clear about something here. I'm not talking on this channel to create hate against anyone. And this isn't about pointing fingers at entire groups, be they ethnic or ideological. And it's not about nostalgia for some fantasy past. I want to talk about this because it's about standards. And a country without standards doesn't become instantly kinder. It actually becomes weaker. And weak systems always punish the compliant first. This is what you're seeing firsthand in Australia. And this is why the law-abiding now feel targeted, and why workers feel squeezed, and why speaking plainly suddenly feels very, very risky. Systems no longer reward responsibility. It manages liability. And you can feel it every single day. You feel it when leaders speak for 10 minutes and say nothing. You feel it when obvious truths require disclaimers. And you feel it when you're told not to notice what you can see. That's the moment that people disengage. And disengagement is how countries fail. And we can all see it. We are failing. We're not failing with riots or with hard coups, but with resignation. People are checking out. And here's the part that most channels are probably not going to tell you. All of this is completely reversible because all of this is 100% man-made. But it only stops if people stop outsourcing their thinking. It only stops if citizens refuse to be emotionally managed. And it only stops if reality becomes non-negotiable again. We cannot compromise. And that starts with calm voices, clear language, and refusing to be baited into extremes, no matter how hard they try. And that's why this channel exists. It's not here to shout at you and not to panic, but to calm things down and say, what is actually happening here? I have questions that require answers. And if this resonates with you, and if you've felt that quiet sense of something's off, you're not alone. We're here and we're with you. You're not crazy. You're just early. Or even if you've been here for a while in that same headspace, help more people. We all need it. If you want grounded conversations about Australia's direction without hysteria, without slogans, and without permission slips, we're not doing that, subscribe. This channel isn't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in this fight for the long haul. This conversation is here. I want to hear what you've got to say. Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me some feedback. It always helps. Who or what is making it worse in Australia? Let me know.